So today on Project Shop, it's Friday, and I want to have a little spending money for the weekend. But the problem is we got an empty trailer, and it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. We got to be on the road by at least 12 to make it to Miami. They stop receiving at 3. I got a little bit of it's actually number 1 insulated, but with all, I'm not going to spend the time cutting and cleaning all that, so we'll just sell that as number 2. We got some ballast ready to go, and then here's the deal. We only got like 3 hours to work, so we're gonna load all this loose aluminum. This came from a fluorescent lighting job I did. You see this? We did a whole, basically this whole trailer. Broke all that down, stacked it all up nice and neat. You know, if you take the time to stack it nice and neat, you can get a lot more on your trailer. So what I want to do today is get rid of these coils, because they're taking up a lot of space in my shop. So I'll show you how I like to cut these things down, and get rit of all these boxes we got. All these big light boxes taking up a bunch of room. We're not going to process the ballast, but we'll blow through and gut the shells and get the bulk of it out of the way and get the transformers on the table for another day. And we were stripping some aluminum. Had a big old knot on this table forever. Decided to blow it out yesterday. Stripped a little bit of copper. Got a nice little chunk here. Some more ballast. A lot of stuff we can just load up, but most of the stuff like this we're gonna have to clean up a little bit. Definitely wanna focus on cutting them coils. So I'm gonna get the time-lapse up, blow through the rest of this wire real quick, and then we'll load up. Oh, look. Oliver's here, right on time, buddy. And then we're gonna load this stuff up and get out of here. Okay, we're burning daylight. We got till 12 o'clock, so we better step it up a notch. Now, I don't remember exactly how I used to do these, but I'm pretty sure I would take the grinder and just mow down the sides. Because what I used to do is take like a flat pair of vice grips like this and bend these back. I might do it. We'll see. I might put the Oliver on that. Pretty much a pair of channel locks, and those I don't think I need the screwdriver, but if you're scrapping, it's always good to have a flathead around. So while you're cutting, if you actually cut one side at a time and separate it, this is number 1 copper on this side, and this is number 2, and you can actually pull a lot of number 1 out of here, cutting all the solder off of this stuff, and I'll show you a quick. Got it all folded up in there. I like to fold them up like a burrito, and then I sprinkle some secret sauce on it. And the secret sauce is all the shit that fell off it. You know, I paid for that, and if it was on there, they would buy it. So I make sure it's back on there when I sell it. So what I'm going to do now is, that actually went really fast. I'm going to put Oliver on the pliers, and I'm not going to cut these with the saws on my backside. Just too much of a pain in the butt. Sit there and try to pull these out. Now thinking back, you know, because these things get all loose. I mean, you can put it in a vise, but I just take the time, bend these real quick, cut it with a grinder, and peel it off. And if you saw what I did, I don't know how well that came through, but once I get it cut, what I like to do is grab it like this, and then actually bend it back and use this radius right here. It actually bends and helps pull it right off. So I'll do a little live action on that here in a minute. Okay, the GoPro shut off because the thing was getting too hot. I have an issue with the batteries on these GoPros. They're swelling up and getting hot, so I'm probably gonna have to buy a whole new set of batteries. Cut out, and you didn't even get to see me pulling that off, so I'll cut this one up real quick. On this one here, I'm actually having to come beat this back a little further to penetrate down in there. But once you get that bent back, which doesn't even take that much work, it cuts so fast. That big old grinder is cutting super fast. Now I did blow through 2 discs because I had the wrong collar on there, and it was messing up the disc. So that one seemed to be working fine now. So we're gonna go ahead and blow through the rest of these. I got him opening these up for me, and I'm just gonna sit here and cut these real quick. That way we can move on to the light fixtures. Okay, so the camera died on the last one, but I wanted to show you how I was doing this. I clamp it here and I roll it back, and I use the back of the pliers kind of like as a wedge, and it just kind of rips it right off. As you can see, it just kind of rolls it right back and pulls it off, and that's pretty much the easiest way I found to do that. And as long as you cut those things nice and flush, on the number 1 side it don't matter, but on the number 2 side, if you don't cut it flush and you got the solder points, you're never going to get that off. So I'm gonna put him on this, and I'm gonna move on to the next one. He'll come behind me and clean this stuff up. Okay, we're just spreading the secret sauce back on there, and that didn't take too long. I could have done it a little bit faster, and then my blade was getting short, and I had a couple of them that were really tough. And that's what happens if you don't cut that stuff flush. You really struggle with that stuff. If you cut it flush, man, it comes off like butter. And the blades, now thinking back, like I said, it's been a long time, probably 3 or 4 years since I messed with AC scrap. But I'm pretty sure I used to use like a diamond bit, like a mason bit. It wouldn't wear out and wouldn't break. I broke 2 of them, and I don't think it had anything to do with the way I was cutting. I think it had to do with the collar I was using. I swapped it out, had no problems, but it probably took 2 blades that went down, and they're still good. Like there's one right there. I could put that on a little smaller grinder or use that for something else that just didn't have the penetration to get down in that groove. We did save a little bit here that I'll process later. What I used to do with this, I used to have just a piece of screen. Drop it on, shake it, all that other stuff drop through. You got your number 1 copper. And then this here, you can chunk down and clean a lot of that up in the number 1 copper. And do the same thing with the little bits in the bottom. Shake it through a screen, and you're good to go. So we're gonna load that up. Got a nice little pile. And we're going to get right on these lights for the next probably hour, see how many we can get knocked out. Okay, here we go. We got a little bit of copper, some AC coils, a bunch of aluminum, some BX aluminum. Got the hot dollar aluminum there. And we got about, I don't know, 40 more minutes. So let's see what we can get up in here in 40 minutes. Okay, we almost made it by 11 o'clock. We got all the big bulky boxes in here. And man, it's nice having a box trailer where you can just throw the stuff in here and not even worry about strapping it down. So, since we're on track to be on the road by 11 o'clock, we got a couple more little pieces. Mainly this stuff right here. I need to get a weigh on, and we're just gonna load this stuff up. Now the lamps, taking these out, and I'll show you how to process them down and recover some brass. Sometimes there's stainless steel in there and just some regular steel. So for now, we're gonna take all these lenses, and what I found, if they don't come right out, the best thing to do is beat them out. And what I like to do on these domes, if you're gonna try to break the glass, don't break it with the top of the dome. Flip them upside down, because you could sit here and beat on that 20 times and it might not break. But on the inside, I like to stack them up and just send a hammer to it. A nice little load we're going to bring down there on Friday. It's a little pocket change for the weekend. We did make a pretty good mess, but we knocked that out pretty quick. So we're going to get this cleaned up, get this hooked up to my truck, and I'm going to get on the road. Man, look at that. Oliver found an egg. So basically he got some free lunch today. So I stopped off to get some diesel fuel, and this stuff is getting ridiculous. So stay tuned. We're going to be switching over to black diesel because I'm not going to be paying these crazy prices anymore. Looks like we're driving into a rainstorm. Down there at the scrapyard, looking black down there. No matter, we'll just get a little bit of rain weight on that copper and aluminum. It's getting real bad now, and I just seen some lightning. Now idiots are starting to put on their flashers. south we go. The worse it's getting. Doesn't look like it's getting any better. It is absolutely coming down. You know, the only downside about bringing scrap to the scrap yard in the rain is normally on my open trailer, by the time I got to the scrap yard, my scrap weighed more. What's happening? Probably driving like an asshole. Why you gotta be careful out there? Okay, we made it, but not without incident. Pretty sure I lost an injector. Truck's running rough. I was getting off the highway and it felt like I was starving for fuel at first, but it's got power, plenty of power. It's just running rough. We'll get offloaded and limp it back to the shop and try to get a scanner on it, see if we can't do a buzz test on the injector. Okay, let's see if everything survived. Pretty much right where I left it. Now, I know I forgot my dang broom. The great thing about this box truck, didn't have to spend 1 minute trying to strap this down. Just load it and go. I'll go get them and give me some containers and we'll get this stuff weighed up. I'll take a walk and go check out my favorite dumpster. Look at all that copper. Yeah, it's a long pipes, like them pipes I got. But they already clean. Look at this. What? Big old aluminum pipe. It's one of my favorite dumpsters right there. They always got all kinds of steel from an industrial company. Oh, there it is. Look at that big old pedestal. Dang. So I'd like to take that just for that angle iron. I got a shopping cart in there. Oh no, this is the whole system. Dag. Oh, I'm definitely getting that. Shit, man. Look, they done broke a bunch of shit off of it. Oh man, this is what I need right here. Alright, since I'm going to be pulling that out, we might as well pull that. Oh look, there's another one. I might have to take them both. Okay, I got the dude coming over with the forklift. Let's see if we can't get these out.
Okay, so you can't take me to a scrapyard and expect me not to come home with something. So I got 2 pumps, the reservoirs, some... Okay, we got them loaded up. Let's see if we can get them back without no incidents. Okay, we're on the road heading back, and it looks like we're heading right into a storm. Okay, we made it back, no issue. Now, I haven't really looked at these too much. These are probably 3-phase motors, because I know they came from industrial place. Volts, horsepower, 230, 208, 230 volt. The damn motor's 101 pounds. It doesn't say. 1760 RPM. Horsepower, 5 horsepower, that's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, right there, see that? Suncoast Hydraulic Inc. So, hey, the name's on there, I can contact these people. You know, it's got a label on the pump, let's see what's up with that. So this is 3-phase, I'm not gonna be able to run this motor, unfortunately. But we did get some flow control valves and 2 tanks and some various parts, you know. I did pay, let's see, we got the ticket right here. I paid $143 for these. Basically, I got charged 30 cents a pound, electric motor price. That's okay. Just the 2 tanks alone. One of these tanks would cost you more than $143 to buy. You know, probably one of these valves is one of these flow control valves is probably, you know, that much. So here's what I'm thinking. Even if I don't use it as a power unit, I've been wanting low profile square tanks, multiple tanks, for my water sleuth. So if anything, I got 2 tanks. We'll have to get out my, I have a 10 horsepower 3-phase generator. So I can actually set that up so I can bench test some of these 3-phase motors I get. Now, these are 5-horse motors, so it should have no problem firing these things up. You know, hey, in any other case, you know, the reason I wanted these tanks for is for my stator wrecker machine. Even if I gotta put my own hydraulics on it, at least I have a tank. So anyway, I'm happy with the $140 I spent on these 2 things. I'll recover enough stuff off of these that it's gonna be well worth the investment. And you know, it was another good day at the scrapyard. You go there, you get paid, and you come back with some treasures, man. Okay, so here's the full ticket. This stuff was actually from 3 different jobs, and 2 of the jobs, actually all 3 of the jobs, I still have half of the material. So I probably have out of pocket $1,000 for, I paid $700 for all that AC scrap and them coils. I still have all the compressors and motors and whatnot, and a little bit of steel that came off the ends. And I still have all the copper over there that needs to be cleaned up. And then this clean sheet, or what they like to call mixed low copper clips. I don't know how they go from clean sheet to all of that, which I got 73 cents a pound for. $112. I was actually paid $100 to go pick that stuff up, and it took us like, I don't know, 2 hours to blow through a whole trailer load. This whole trailer right here is full all the way to the front with the shells. We sold the aluminum, we sold the ballast and the wire out of it. Wasn't much on the ballast, 84 pounds, 10 cents a pound for electronic ballast, $8. And then you know, the 112, and then the number 2 insulated. It was actually number 1, but all the clips on it, we had $9. So yeah, that wasn't bad. And I'm still going to get paid on taking the probably another $100 whatnot in steel. And then I think I had $200 for the old sheet, which was $265. So I think I only got like 150 bucks or whatever in those light fixtures. And I got $265. Plus I still have all the transformers from that and the clip-ins and wires. And then the copper aluminum rads, I paid $700 for all that stuff. And I still have, and it included all this. So just cutting the ends off, I mean, would we spend an hour, 2 hours doing that? I gained 100 bucks there. And then I ate $143. So it was $1,750 for that ticket total before my my little purchase there, you know. And hey, wasn't bad for a Friday, and about, you know, like a half a day one day and half a day another day. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrapyard. Dancing. You ever seen your copper dance before?